Hello, everybody. My name is Adrian Niculescu, and I'm very happy today to present a masterclass about Bitcoin halving for entrepreneurs. Why I'm doing that? I'm not a Bitcoin guru. By the way, I can't call myself that, and I can't label myself something I'm not, somebody I'm not, but I'm highly passionate about the new economy, and I'm contributing even with masterclass with spreading the news and spreading knowledge about the new economy. We are in a very strange and special period. I'm talking about the pandemic, which affected all economies in one way or the others, affected our lives. I'm in my home right now, and in other two rooms, I have my two daughters. In one of them is in school, primary school, and the other is in kindergarten, and all of them are using Zoom, this great platform. By the way, they had a huge spike since March, so only my wife is not in a call right now, but she's actually in a call with our small daughter. So we are we are we are living exciting times, unprecedented times. What I like to do is to focus all the time on the positives, even if I'm down completely. When something bad happens, I say, okay, I'm asking myself, which is the silver lining here, what I can use to advance. And Bitcoin halving, BTC halving, I believe is the most important event in the cryptocurrency happening right uh, right as we speak today. So it was a very good opportunity to talk about it. And because I don't like to spread news about theory, I'll always speak about things in practice. What I'm doing actually these days, um, I'm involved in creating an educational project called Coin Cruncher about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and other technologies. I'm also involved as a regional director with Faster Capital, which is a Dubai-based accelerator for startups. And I'm recruiting startups, especially from Romania and UK. I'm involved as advisor in few blockchain-based projects, solving real problems, bringing into the market real products and solutions, and adding massive value to the economy. I'm contributing on a monthly basis with article for Corporate Investment Times. The website, I believe, is corporateinvestedtimes.com. It's like a Forbes magazine, is a digital magazine for the new economy, for digital assets. And you can download it for free. I believe last month it appears monthly. It was the fifth editions, and they had like 1.6 million downloads until until now. So it's a pretty cool magazine. And also I'm working on a real estate tokenization project. And if you don't know what halving is, um, after every 210,000 blocks, Bitcoin goes through a process called halving. This mechanism was integrated into the protocol by Satoshi Nakamoto himself. After protocol goes through halving, it cuts the supply of new Bitcoins in half, halving the miners' block production rewards as well. So what is Bitcoin halving? Specifically, the Bitcoin protocol cuts the Bitcoin block reward in half. Every time a Bitcoin halving occurs, miners begin receiving 50% fewer BTC for verifying transactions. As you already know, Bitcoin has a 21 million upper cap. In other words, there will only be 21 million Bitcoins that will ever exist. So why does Bitcoin have an upper cap in the first place? Ripple CTO David Schwartz says that there are three reasons for that. This is a very controversial subject, so I will quote CTO, Ripple CTO. Fiat currency is extremely inflationary in nature. The Federal Reserve controls the US dollar. Anytime they want to regulate the supply, they can simply inject more cash into the system. Many people see this as a highly unethical practice. This is why Nakamoto hard-coded an upper cap to make sure that nobody can randomly inflate Bitcoin's supply as they see fit. When Bitcoin was first designed, it wasn't clear whether it would be adopted in the first place or not. By fixing the supply, prospective investors were incentivized to acquire Bitcoins before it runs out. Finally, some way was needed to distribute the currency. Miners will initially use their computational power to distribute Bitcoin. After all the coins have been mined, transaction fees could take over to secure Bitcoin's tokenomics. Here's a brief overview of Bitcoin's halving schedule. 2009, Bitcoin mining rewards start at 50 BTC per block. November 28, 2012, the first Bitcoin halving takes place to reduce mining rewards to 25 BTC. July 9, 2016, second halving takes mining reward down to 12.5 BTC, and today, 11th of May 2020, the third halving will see the reward fall to 6.25 BTC. So I'm not a technical person, and I've used this as an excuse for years. But what I did during the last 2, 3, 4 years, I've built my technical background, because it was impossible when being involved in certain projects to have a common language with programmers and other technical people. And as an entrepreneur, I considered very important to learn and to practice how money works. And with Bitcoin, there is a particular thing. I don't want to share graphs because you can find them everywhere online. And also the initial information about Bitcoin halving is something you can find if you Google it. So I wanted to share with you some ideas about how you can profit from the halving and from the events coming in the next month. So as an entrepreneur, I will advise everybody, even if they are investors or just entrepreneurs, to hone the skills of trading currencies. And Bitcoin, until now at least, failed to become a worldwide adopted um, uh, payment currency. So you don't see like Bitcoin accepted everywhere, but became a highly volatile but very important digital asset. It's like the new gold. And before this halving event, I believe on Friday, Bitcoin reached $10,000 in the value, and now is somewhere around 8,500. And if we remember, during March, the value of the Bitcoin was around $4,000, right? So since March, basically the stock market was in turmoil, but look how big could be the return on investment for putting some amount in Bitcoin or having buy orders basically in trading platforms on Bitcoin. But it's very volatile. Of course, some part of volatility is related to the fact that Bitcoin now works like a digital asset, which is traded. So all the time there is a technical analysis and there are technical events and patterns generating increases and decreases in prices. Also, the volatility comes from another very important aspect. I don't know the exact figures, but in principle, something like 80% of Bitcoins is owned by around 2000 wallets. In 2017, this figure was around 1,500 wallets, and 60% of the wallets have around 100 to $200 of Bitcoin value in them. So the majority of Bitcoin is in the hands, in the wallets of very few people, if we are talking about 2,000 persons. So while Bitcoin in theory is decentralized, the price can be pushed up and down, non-following things we could guess. So um, uh, 80% being in the hands of wallets of around 2,000 people, in some moments, the price can be manipulated. This is an element characteristic to these assets. So you have to be very, very careful when trading, and all the time to watch the news, to watch the updates from the exchanges when there is a big buy order or a big sell order, when a whale is on the market, because this could create huge volatility. In theory, because with Bitcoin halving, what happens is that the rewards is cut in half. The price is expected to decrease in the next days, and after that to increase. Of course, I will not make assumptions about the future price of blockchain of Bitcoin. Are people more savvy than me with that? But one of the ideas and one of the opportunities for entrepreneurs is to actually trade Bitcoin. And also, if some of you, if you are watching and if you didn't place any money in digital currencies or in cryptocurrencies, even as a buy and hold thing, if you are not trading them, I would suggest to do that. This is not investment advice, but all the time, 5% to 10% from portfolio could be with Bitcoin and other very important cryptocurrencies. The next idea for entrepreneurs is to create blockchain-based real project, solving real problems and creating value. I see about in my activity about 300 to 400 pitches a year, something like that. Some of them are startups, regular startups. Some of them are blockchain-based startups. And sometimes that project really needs blockchain, but in some cases, the people who are creating the pitches are using blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, just as a keywords to show investors that what they are doing is cool. Also, there are so many blockchain advisors, and I was speaking, and of course, I don't disrespect anybody's work, but I spoke with the startup founder who told me that they have 10 blockchain advisors bringing very little value to the business. Blockchain is not, let's say, the holy grail of business. Is an interface, is a medium, but um, what will prevail all the time will be the basic business principle. If the business is solid, if that business really needs blockchain, if that token they are creating on the startup is creating on blockchain will have the chance to be adopted in a niche in a market, then we have something here. So the next opportunity I see, and this halving event, because you will see articles, videos about it in the next 2 weeks, a lot of them, by predicting what will happen, is um, this is the kind of event which will help the mass awareness and slowly mass adoption of blockchain, post blockchain technologies, Bitcoin, and for other cryptocurrencies. The next opportunity I see is blockchain stock. So um, um, many investors are interested in investing in tokens with potentially growth in the future, which of course it's okay, it's a niche, but also very important in the next period will be, besides tokens, to own stock in very good projects based on blockchain and other blockchain related technologies, because many projects were eager to sell tokens, but we're not eager to allow also the people who are buying tokens to be shareholders in the project. So I'm speaking from my angle because I'm involved in VC, in investments, in startups. So ownership is also a very important thing. By the way, LA token is doing something very good. Of course, I don't gain anything from that, um, saying that, but they evangelize this kind of information and are doing efforts other exchanges are not doing to spread the value and spread the information. So thumbs up for them. Another opportunity created by this halving will be, and here I have to give a disclaimer because I'm involved with this project since March 2017 as CMO for the whole world except USA and Canada. Next gen currencies like Cloudcoin with a post blockchain patented technology. Cloudcoin is a digital currency, a poor breed digital currency, works on radar. And radar is a technology already patented in United States. This is very important after 3 years, and I believe the patent will become official tomorrow. So we are on 11th with the Bitcoin halving, and tomorrow this technology will be patented. And radar is considered a post-blockchain technology because is much faster than blockchain, is more scalable, and the transactions are 100% anonymous without records on the public ledger. Also, what this event happening every 4 years will do, if you remember, during the previous halving, one of the coins which skyrocketed was NEO, and the increase was huge over the next month. Is expected, and there are many discussions in forums to guess which will be those coins. um, uh, some coins, some tokens from certain industries right after Bitcoin halving in the next uh, 10 to 12 months will have a huge increase, huge increase. And in our discussions are mentioned industries like gaming, artificial intelligence. So there are tokens created by real life startups, tokens which were created in 2017, 2018. So not fly by night tokens, which is expected after this event to start having meteoric increase. As mentioned before, I'm not qualified to give investment advice. I've learned investments and I'm learning all the time as part of my entrepreneurial journey, because if I don't cover this part at a certain moment, I will be bringing very little value to the projects I'm involved with. So this investing, guessing, planning is part of what I'm doing, not related to Bitcoin halving and to these emerging cryptocurrencies, these emerging coins, emerging tokens. Another trend which will be huge this year, maybe we'll have another event, a masterclass about it, which will be the 5G technology. Starting autumn, it will be crazy. I believe that also this combination, this mix between blockchain, cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, um, um, different but similar to blockchain technologies, and 5G will be a huge thing. Of course, 5G as a technology is credited with potential health problems for inhabitants. I'm not qualified to talk about it, and I don't know if this is real or not. Only time will tell that. There are some countries banning 5G technologies, but in September, Apple will launch their 5G phone. And Apple, um, I like very much about Apple, their marketing. I'm a sales and marketing person. Their marketing thing. So what they do when they launch a new phone, I by the way don't have an iPhone, I have an Android here. They invest some marketing resources in early adopters and influencers, people staying, let's say, 24 hours before the store is open to buy a new phone and to show the new Apple phone to their, I don't know, 400,000 followers. This is what Apple is doing. So I'm asking, what will happen when Apple will launch their 5G edition of iPhone? What will happen? You will see those influencers with huge following showing their new 5G phone. And if there will be installed already apps leveraging what I'm saying, leveraging blockchain, leveraging radar or other technologies, leveraging Bitcoin, leveraging other tokens, what will happen? Think about it, right? And another thing I'm following for 6 months to see where it's going is a new breed of Bitcoin called Bitcoin Black. They have I'm not involved in this project, just I'm following. I've registered to a newsletter, and they have a big community. They have a giveaway or something like that, and they are preparing basically a new breed of Bitcoin. Is like um, anything solid with the name of Bitcoin and something um, is a potential success if that project is correctly managed, and if there is real value into the market, because the two keywords right now, maybe three, let's say, are Bitcoin, blockchain, and Ethereum. um, Most of the world at least heard about those keywords, so it's on everybody's lips. And in marketing, this is called the toothpaste strategy. When you go in a store and you have, let's say, um, before a few years ago, you had only, I don't know, Colgate and some other brand. But now you have Colgate with whitening, Colgate with, I don't know what kind flavor. So this toothpaste method means that you take something which is known and attach something to it. So it's like Bitcoin Black. Bitcoin is well known by everybody, but they attached Black to it. I believe they worked for about 2 years in this project, and it can be a new breed of Bitcoin. We'll see it probably live in few months from now. Very interesting thing to take a look. Um, Here are my details. You can contact me on LinkedIn or on Skype or on Telegram. I'm not very active on Telegram. Here is Adrian Niculescu without the dot. I'm not very active on Telegram because it's a full-time job, but of course I'm part of different groups and I'm contribute from time to time. So I will answer all questions. If you have some questions now, it's okay. If not, feel free to ask me anything. If I will know the answer, I will give it to you. If no, I will document myself to be able to answer properly. Happy Bitcoin, Bitcoin halving. Again, I'm putting here the focus of think about it. No matter the challenges you are facing, there is always space for growth. One thing I've learned over the years is that the growth, the growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. So this pandemic somehow brought us outside of our comfort zone. So besides the health problems, the money shortages in other industries, this crazy period is very good for adoption of technology, is a very fruitful for cryptocurrencies, for blockchain, for other technologies. People are forced, even the ones who said, I don't want to use the technology, I don't want to work from home, I don't want to do this, to do that. It's awkward to manage a team to Zoom or other platforms. Even those people somehow are forced, they are brought into the outside of the comfort zone, so they are forced to grow. So just keep this idea in mind. The growth will never happen in the comfort zone, but while you are out of the comfort zone, you have the possibility to grow. And this is what is all about at the end of the day, because what is not growing is dying. And this is a law of the universe, exactly like the law of gravity. I have this feng shui symbol here. If I drop it, right, doesn't matter if I'm in UK or in US or in Africa, this will drop and probably will tear into many pieces. So if we are not growing, we are dying. So let's grow together. Thank you very much to LA Token for this masterclass, and see you again with other events, and happy BTC halving today. Bye.